Hey gamers, I got you a EXAMON first place deck profile from my boy Andrea. He be top in locals. He clapped me in the finals.
He'd be in the finals.
He do be. You wanna take us through it?
Yeah, so obviously we're starting off with the baby Digimon 4 eggs. I actually won with 3, so who knows what's going to happen now with 4, but gain a K on unsuspend. That's what we do in this deck. Very good. Moving on. Level 3s, we're looking at, of course, the Dracomon that gives us 1 blue or green and an EXAMON, as well as the other Dracomon from earlier sets that lets us draw for a Drummon. And because we don't have a third Dracomon yet, we're going with 2 Madoki Betamon as well as a Vmon. That's going to let us prevent our opponent from getting memory and gain a memory on unsuspend, which we love to see.
We do, in fact.
Moving on to the level 4s. In the start, I was not really sure how we were going to go, but we're very keen now on 4 security Quadramon. This is cracked. If it comes out of security, you're drawing 2, you've got a body on field to swing at their security, or you can just Digivolve for 3 into one of your level 5s to set up for a DNA Digivolve. That is why we only run 2 of the EX3 Quadramon. That's going to give us evade, suspend something to prevent it from being deleted. Could be by battle or it could be by a card effect. That's great. But what we really want to see is 4 of our green Quadramon blocker. This deck is capable of being very aggressive, but most of the time you're actually going to want to be just controlling boards. You're going to want to be blocking and trashing security thanks to the ability of some of our higher tier cards, which is where we come to our level 5s and 6s, and boy do we have a lot of them, because the deck needs them. So, we're starting off with 4 green ground Dramon and 4 wing Dramon. The only rough part about an EXAMON deck is the level 4s and 5s kind of duplicate their inheritables, but the level 5s can be treated as level 6s in order to DNA Digivolve into your EXAMON. That's why these guys are so important. It looks weird to run so many high tier, but you need to.
You gotta
So, evade again, prevent deletion, blocker, very good. You can use these together. So let's say you Digivolve up to a level 5 in your breeding area, you promote it, next turn hard play the other color for 7, and you're just going to start going into an EXAMON, playing something for free, put something under EXAMON. Very important, you need these cards. Once again, we're moving up into our level 6s, and we love decks where you just play 4 and 4 of something.
Max rarity, baby.
So it's been a bit interesting to see how these play out. Starting off, I thought Slayer Dramon was going to be the best. We can unsuspend once per turn, we can force our opponent to attack, which can prevent them from digivolving up, control their board. With the Break Dramon, we're going to get to trash security anytime a Drummon or EXAMON deletes something in battle. But I've actually been finding the Break Dramon to be more useful than the Slayer Dramons. Just getting it under EXAMON or even on the field so that when we swing, when this gets suspended, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. Now you can delete it, get the trash effect so that their security effects aren't going off, or just keep swinging and deleting board. It's amazing. And then
Would you cut any of them? Some people are playing 7.
If I was going to go down, it'd probably go down in Slayer Dramons.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, which is not what I thought originally. And then of course, 4 level 7s. So yeah, we're running 12 6s and 7s, but you have to. It's EXAMON deck. You want a DNA Digivolve, unsuspend once per turn, and you can suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. This is just cracked. You can use the effect of Break Dramon when you kill one of their Digimon to trash security. You can use Slayer Dramon underneath it, or if you summon it out with the DNA Digivolve, summon a Drummon 12k or less. That's like your whole deck, except for another EXAMON, which would be cracked. But the way that you can get multiple EXAMONs out, which is actually what I did today, I actually had a board with 3 different EXAMONs out, was to summon an EXAMON, pull out one of your level 5s from your hand, so it could be a Wing Dramon, could be a Ground Dramon, and then just hard play another one. And then do it again, DNA Digivolve into another EXAMON. Pass turn, put another Drummon underneath, give it the inheritable, summon another 12k.
Do it again?
Rinse and repeat. You love to see it. This deck is really offensive, but also defensive. And I've actually found the defensive play to be the right way to go here, especially since dealing with a lot of wide boards in our locals. Yeah.
I find it pretty offensive.
Deck just good.
So you prefer to play out the Break Dramon and put the Slayer underneath?
I prefer to promote with a ground Dramon, so I've got a blocker. And if I'm going to then DNA Digivolve I'd actually rather summon out the Breakdramon off EXAMON's effect.
Right.
So I have it on field, and I've got an extra insurance policy so that if I need to suspend one of my opponent's Digimon, I can do that using Breakdramon's effect.
Yep. So you just
And
swing
keep
at security,
controlling.
tap something, then your Exa can go into it for free.
Use the effect to trash. We
Nice.
love trashing.
We
No
do.
effects for them. Davis is our tamer. We only run 3 just because it can start to get a little bricky when you got too many. But I might consider going up because we also run in our sort of toolbox. It's a deck that has green in it.
You gotta play it.
You've got to play it. It's just a one-off for a reason. 1 Megadeth for removal, 1 Ice Wall because it's Ice Wall. We'd run more if we could, but we can't. And 2 Blue Memory Boost just for consistency. These all work really well together, except obviously sometimes our deck is blue-green, sometimes we've just got green cards, so Blue Memory Boost can sometimes miss what we want. So in the future, I'm happy with this, but if I was going to make changes, I'd actually end up looking at removing the Blue Memory Boost to maybe do an extra Megadeth and even maybe an extra Davis,
Ooh.
just so that we can keep searching our pieces. It is a stacked deck. The benefit of this deck is that we can skip steps thanks to our abilities of our level 5s. We can DNA Digivolve with 2 level 5s, 2 level 6s, 1 5 and a 6, as long as they're different colors. So seeing our pieces are not as important as other stack decks, but the consistency is always very helpful. So yeah, that's our deck list.
Fantastic. Now you won first place, but would you change anything in future? Like you mentioned some of the changes. Is there anything else, or you think everything's pretty stock standard? Like you just gotta play it this way.
I think it's pretty stock standard. The hardest thing that I think EXAMON players try to sort out is the fact that you have so much high tier and so much core that you need to figure out how you fit in your other pieces. So, but I think the lower amount of blue Quadramon level 4s that give evade is the right way to go, because you really want to have blocker and you really want to make space in the deck for other things. If I changed anything from how I played today, it would probably just to have a 4th egg, which I now have. Yeah.
Congrats.
I pulled it in a pack for winning, so that's awesome.
That was Destiny. Winning pack, 4th egg.
Yeah, EXAMON, best deck.
Let's go!
Thanks guys.